Masondo, and we're continuing our conversation from the last one, our mental health nugget on grief and grieving properly. There were 4 self-help things that we can do from a practical perspective, and I wanted to give 4 more. But before that, I want to talk about what can happen when we grieve inappropriately. When I first came to South Africa, one of our dear church members had passed away, and we were invited to participate and to be a part of the service. At the graveyard service, I kind of stood to the back and just kind of watched the family. And a woman came up to me, and she was, in her face, you could just see she was weather worn, had crevices in her face, just by the weather itself, sun, and then when it would rain. And I just kind of was surprised when she said to me, "Do you need anyone to take care of the grave?" And I quickly explained that this wasn't my family, I was just a friend. And then she went on with pride to share that she was in the graveyard every single day. That created curiosity in me, and I thought to myself before speaking, wow, in South Africa they have female grave diggers? The curiosity got the best of me, and I said, "What do you mean that you're here every day?" She said, "Well, my son died 21 years ago. I took an early pension, and I decided that I needed to be here in the graveyard next to him, near him, close to him. So I'm here. I take care of his grave every day, rain or shine. I'm here. I've been here for the last 21 years." I don't know if my mouth dropped open, but I know my heart dropped. Because I realized that this woman had put her life to the side. She did not understand. She was not able to accept that her son was really, really gone. And she decided to put her life on hold. She began to resemble the tombstones. Her face was turning gray. Her blonde hair now was streaked with gray, but also with dirt. She had failed to take care of herself any longer. Her focus was the gravesite. And we could say, "Well, Sister Gail, that's not my issue." But a lot of the times when we don't allow ourselves to grieve properly, like she didn't, we can find ourselves in not necessarily moving forward, but hanging around in our hearts, wishing that our loved one was still with us. So, one of the things that we can do is talk about our memories, to mention our memories with people who also knew our loved one, to laugh, to remember who they were. The next thing we can do is also to ask for help when we find ourselves in a place of what we call low-grade depression, not eating well, not sleeping well, just crying more often than normal. And tears are acceptable. Tears is a language God understands. But I think we can get to a place where it's excessive. We have to be really knowledgeable of that. One of the things that I think South Africa has that's really special, it's over in the States now, but is Rescue Remedy. Rescue Remedy is a herbal tonic that really does help. It's non-habit forming, but it really does help when we're in the initial stages of grief, the shock, the anxiety, the numbness. There's so many ways when we read the scriptures where we find that Jesus healed people. And I'm reminded of the time he bent over and he made a palette for the eye with just using some of his excrement and dirt. And he used that spit and mud and made a healing touch for a blind man. God has many ways to heal our hearts. We just have to admit that there's a hole in our soul and that we need God to come near, to come close. May God bless you as you move through, not move past, not move on, but moving forward by moving through the grief that you feel in your heart. God bless you.